Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hybrid Major Glitches 2023 tournament. I'm Tex Newman, and I'm joined by Malmo. Hello, Malmo.
Hello.
And we've ascended into the commentary booth for this race post Mega Man. So, looking forward to this HMG race. We have This Is Not Yoho versus Someone325.
This is a lower bracket match. So they're both fighting for the chance to compete in the finals.
Okay.
This is also a game one.
This is game one, Yoho versus Someone. Okay. I wasn't sure what bracket we were in. I know Yoho has gone very far, and Someone as well. And both of our racers are off. Both starting at Link's house, and there's a glove. We have Pendant Eastern. Someone finds it. Okay, Yoho immediately checks glove.
I'm a big fan of this. It's my rule. If I have a glove, the next thing I do is always back of escape, because it doesn't really get faster once you have your glove.
We have a classic out of bounds fake flipper setup to get to to get to the hobo under the bridge, not the Yoho under the bridge.
The Yoho under the bridge. It is the Someone under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Someone also playing as the mountain climbing sprite, Madeline from Celeste. It's a good find. You don't want to put that off for too long.
No. So we have a flute in Sanctuary chest. That doesn't matter very much, but our runners will be able to use it if they want to. Yoho finds the cape in Bonk Rocks.
I think it matters a little bit because having the flute is a big influencer on whether you go to Kakariko early or late. There's almost no reason to go late once you have your flute. You can go there and do half of it and leave and come back for the other half later. All the stuff you'd be skipping by doing Cactu early is in the lower half anyway, and in desert area.
There's a bottle on Lumberjack Ledge. Some money in Lost Woods. Yoho says no. Both runners already have 300 rupees. There's another bottle, so a bottle is accessible in the thieves' hideout. Someone is now following Yoho's route.
With the bottle, there's even less incentive to go anywhere but Kakariko, and I know Yoho's a fan of just doing this.
Yeah.
But the bomb situation can be part of the problem.
Yeah, Yoho's not going to run around. He's just going to get bombs to prepare for Fakak. Someone is going to do the Lumberjack DMA.
And someone does have the flute, but doesn't have any bombs. There are reasons to be up here. Yeah, it was a red potion on Lumberjack, which is not quite a moon pearl, but you can make it act like one if you buy the right color of potion.
A second bottle in Blind's hideout. And someone does a teleport to get to the blue mail on top of Spectacle Rock. Someone now going to rescue the old man.
And if I miss anything on the tracker, please let me know. It's just not an easy task, calming and tracking at the same time. But there is a hammer in the well, so, another reason not to put this off for too long is there's usually something here.
And flute activation for Yoho. Oh, Madeline's hair color changed. I didn't realize that was a thing.
The blue male, even though this is the worst version of Madeline in the game, the one with no dashes.
Oh.
Oh no, it's such an easy soft lock to get. This is one of the reasons it's good to have an active flute, is because you can just flute out of soft locks if you're in the light world.
Oh, yeah. I would forget about that.
It's
But,
not always
yeah.
better. Like, if you flute to one, you're facing more dead rocks than if you just save and quit.
Mm-hmm. All right, someone gets the DMD and is now checking Graveyard Ledge.
Yoho seems to have done the thing of leaving Kakariko and going up the mountain in the middle of it, because you can just flute back to 3 and continue later on.
Mm-hmm. Nice mitts for someone. Now,
Yeah, you
now
could
I
just
can
go
just
to
check King.
King's Tomb. I know. It's like Tomb Raider without the glitch. Tomb Raider
Right.
is really good in this mode if you have a hook shot early on.
So it appears to be someone's time to go to Kakariko, but he'll go to Lost Woods first.
So I saw a small key in a map in Hera, which means we don't know if it's fire locked or mire locked. If it's mire locked, we have to take the big key from Mire, clip to Hera, and use that to open the door. There's only one big key door in this dungeon. Yoho says no to the blue mail.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you... Wow, this is an old setup. Sometimes you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to have too much health because you have to death warp. No mirror is a very common scenario. We don't need a mirror in this game. Not even for Swamp. So it kind of just gets placed wherever it wants, unless it's locking Pearl. And if it's locking Pearl, then you're probably death warping for different reasons.
Okay. Yoho's getting bullied on his return and is now entering Spiral Cave with very little health. Could it be the bee?
It
The
is the
bees!
bee, and there's 2. I was thinking of the bee too. Oh, that bee almost... Oh, he could have had that bee dead. There we go. The heart is huge. Surviving the bottom of Spiral
Yeah.
Cave is one of the hardest things when you have very little. This one will die in 1 hit. Very good.
Yeah, the bee knocking the Moldorm into the link was pretty funny.
Nice, convenient full heal. Now Yoho could just... I was gonna say could just walk through things, but he decides to dodge, probably not even processing that he had gotten a full heal and was still in survival mode.
Yeah.
Is this someone forgetting to activate the flute? Or
Oh,
will someone go up and activate the flute and then flute away? Someone has a little bit more reason to continue south, having the fire rod to do desert. Oh, and the flippers are here. I don't think Yoho got those yet.
no,
But
I
I
don't
might
think
be
so.
wrong. Yoho seemed to really not want to do anything that wasn't on path to the flute activation. Ooh, the lamp in Paradox Cave. Well, it's the only thing exciting in Paradox Cave. It is a fire source that will somewhat make up for now for not having the fire rod that was at Hobo.
And someone continues south through CAC and just 20 rupees in library. Often we see runners go south to desert, and it's a convenient route after checking race game ledge.
Mint and Blue is actually convenient to get here too. So you don't have to go this way anymore. Yoho says South Shore is the play because he expects to find enough rupees for Zora on the way, which is pretty good. Good odds. The bow is also a nice find in the dam. Yeah, early mitts, that's a good point, is the early mitts are one of the things that can get you a spicy moon pearl. There are a few locations that the mitts lock that you don't need a pearl for. Very few locations that the mitts lock once you have the pearl. One of them is Ice Palace. Both runners can just go to Ice Palace and kill Cold Stare. Yoho would have to get the mitts to be in Logic, but it's available. Yoho can't kill Cold Stare either because he hasn't got his Fire Rod. But between the two of them, they have the equipment, technically. But it's not good equipment. Yeah, Yoho doesn't have to go to Zora, I guess, because he has the flute. Looks like he just left, and we'll go there later. Here's the teleport to Graveyard Ledge. It's probably the hardest teleport in the game because of how much time pressure you have. And because it's on a type of railing that we don't usually use for teleports.
Yeah, but Yoho has a quarter magic, an eighth of a magic meter to use cape to defend himself.
Did he actually do it?
No, he doesn't need to do that.
The problem with using cape is like now you're just looking at your shadow and nothing else.
Yeah.
And it's fine, but it's a little weird. Let's see if we get we'll get a low percent Landmillis from someone. I guess it's not really low percent when you have a full bar. You can do the whole thing with just Fire Rod if your aim is good.
Yoho
nice
leaving the corner
rupee. These rupees are impossible. I don't get it. Walk in a straight line and somehow one of them gets left behind. Alright, this is what looks like Fire Rod for Yoho coming up. He's actually acting like he has flippers. Like, he doesn't. He just clips low. Careful.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, not there. Yeah, no, not there. Actually, probably from there you could just splash in. I've never seen somebody snap out of that collision before. I think that was fine where he was, but the muscle memory kind of breaks down when you're doing that. It's still the same inputs. You had to splash up and then hold left. But it's really easy to just like lose your mind when you get stuck there. And now he has a save and quit. Also perfect re-clip for Yoho.
Nice job, someone. And Yoho will be rewarded with the Fire Rod. So Yoho is now swimming down and will most likely use a slope swim to get to Ice Rod Cave. Here he goes. So he's increasing Link's momentum a little bit and hoping to get the diagonal just right. There he goes.
Is this actually faster than Flute to 8?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a little safer, maybe?
You can't flute, though.
Yeah, you can't flute out of Hobo, but, you know, from another location you could. But this does avoid the crabs on the way in. It's a little safer. It's doing some snapping methods to get out of the cave without getting kicked back in. I don't know why. I see people stop that dash short and then dash to the left. Like, you can just dash at the transition and maximize your dash for free. I don't know if Yoho knows something I don't, but it seems like it would be faster.
Now someone's checking K45. Nothing there. Yoho now checking the waterfall. Oh, guard gets in someone's way. That's
How did that miss?
too close to the enemy.
I guess you're just rotting past him instead of to him.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is probably going to end this at Agina's Cave, but if he really felt spicy, he could try and do Mire Shed, but that requires mirror by logic.
We've seen Agina too.
Oh, okay, so he's just doing this last.
Yeah. Bombs on Zora.
The popular wisdom is that doing Agina last is faster because you can save and quit, but I don't think anyone's actually looked into the timings.
There's just so much variety of movement in overworld glitches. It's hard to really know. Alright, what is this for Yoho? Could this be a Kiki skip?
Yeah, clipping out. I think he was trying to Kiki skip because you want to clip out a little bit higher if you're not using spin speed, and it gives you a different trajectory that we call a yeet.
This is true.
I guess he wasn't high enough, and he just got a normal hair clip.
Yeah, that was a little unexpected.
You want
this
to
one's a
aim.
bully.
Yeah, you want to aim for like the middle of the bump, one above the one. Like you can go quite high.
Someone is going a little faster through Spiral Cave and is putting his fire rod to use. All right, so Yoho is now in Battles of Darkness and finds out it's a pendant. Curiously, we don't know what color pendant it is. And we can clear it.
I'm always suspicious of bow and lamp for Podwin pearls. It's the thing that the bow locks the most. Like a little bit top of GT, yeah. Eastern is really just the boss, but with Pod it can be the entire dungeon. The odds are 50-50 that this pendant is green, but we don't know yet. Nice use of the B. Both of them getting here with 0 bombs, or 1 bomb and having to be conservative with bombs. Normally I'd walk in here and place 2 bombs and throw 1, but when you have 1 or 2 bombs, you don't want to do that. Ooh, someone is in the Dark World showing us the pendant is indeed green, and the other pendant is in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so someone is doing an in logic super bunny cave check. Bunny glitches are in logic. And we just need hammer to get to the Dark World portal. We could use mirror instead if we had that. Or, of course, mitts.
Super Bunny is one of the hardest Moon Pearl locations to route. It's not necessarily hard to get to, but to find a time where it's good to go here, and then you also have to worry about orphaning the other stuff that's here. It can be tricky. It is a good source of magic, though, but it doesn't look like it pays off for someone. I wonder what someone is intending with this exit here. When he exits, he'll still be a strawberry.
Yeah.
And won't really be able to do anything. Maybe he's just looking at the medallion.
Oh no.
And it is Quake.
Yo, going for a hammer jump, but used a fire rod instead, and that messed up his timing.
So I missed if anything interesting showed up for Yoho. I've been just seeing hearts and keys. Wow, this is someone's first flute activation. He actually just forgot when he was here. Now he's thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been to South Shore yet, which is where the bow is. Maybe that's what he's thinking is just activate the flute and then flute to 7.
We're listening to Tears of the Kingdom MSU pack. What a great soundtrack. Oh, Yoho needs to bomb this. Ooh, nice reward. And it looks like there's no item on Helmasaur. I was looking for a compass and map and actually didn't see either one, but one of them is likely on the Helma.
So here's continuation of CAC for Yoho. I don't recall anything actually being here besides these flippers.
Right, I know the kid has a single rupee for us.
So at what point do you start thinking about Pendant Eastern?
Yeah, you know, it could be front of escape or eastern. So that point is coming very quickly.
But it could also be ice, which is, yeah, someone knows this is a crystal. The question is he ready for it?
Oh, Ice Palace. That's hilarious. Yeah, of course. I forgot about that. So I would have a lot more fun with that than Pendant Eastern. But I don't know.
I think that the equipment is not terrible for someone. Apparently, Yoho found a sword. I actually missed. That must have been in pod.
Someone has flippers for Zora area, unlike Yoho.
Mm-hmm. You would think that would be an advantage.
Yeah.
It slows you down significantly to not have water walk here. Like look how much maneuvering someone has to do just to get around these deep water sections.
It's just less dangerous. Oh, Yoho's doing a death warp. That makes sense.
So there is an additional Moonpearl location opened up by that sword in pod. Can you guess what it is?
I cannot guess.
Well, we have the sword and we have the cape. And we have the lamp.
Oh no. You can't be serious.
I can be serious. And what does Aghanim unlock? It unlocks Pyramid Ledge. That's it. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
We can get there by other means.
Yeah.
I think the runner's the last location, and if it's there, and find some other way in. And if the mirror shows up, then Pyramid Ledge has another logical access point that doesn't involve killing Wizard. But someone wants to kill something else, which is a Cold Stare. Someone will be going in here without the sword, which doesn't do that much in ice. Fighter sword can't really do much on Cold Stare. You're probably using your hammer no matter what. I think... I'm hoping that someone bought some potions, because the best thing you can do, I think, is to just drink a bunch of greens, refill your magic, and spam fire on Cold Stare. But if you're really good at the hammer fight, then that won't be necessary.
Yoho has a little more trouble with landmo than someone did, but still wraps up the fight.
Yeah, this is Bomb Pengators. I don't recognize this technique, but it works.
Yeah,
Normally
nice.
I do one where I throw one of the bombs, but this one it looks like he had a different way that worked just as well. He did get hit, but I don't think that's part of the setup.
All right, so conveyor room for someone. You don't see this too often.
This is one of the places where the sword is actually really good. You can see someone just manually lining up. If you're an NMG runner, you're probably doing some dash turn method that doesn't require the sword. Someone was a little high on that bomb jump. He's resetting the room because when you fall, it puts you on a different position. He's still... I'm wondering if he's not familiar with the sprite. Or if he uses a sword cue normally. If he uses a sword cue, this could be a problem.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with sword cues. I guess people look above or below the sword.
He is consistently going high. Yeah, people will look at where the sword is relative to the, like, the wall. He needs to go lower for the drop. Oh, I don't know how he got off of bombs there, but he's not out of them. It just looks like it. He's very high.
Yeah, I can tell by the shadow that it's a little higher than it should be.
You want your shadow to more or less bisect that third spike.
Oh,
So it's like a hard reset to get potions back. He didn't find anything here, so there's no reason to save and quit. Maybe he gets his blue back and he can try again. Maybe he will go somewhere else, hope for a sword. But it's a pretty significant time loss.
it's still a play that we have not seen yet. So maybe someone is more interested in pot at this point.
Another thing someone could do is, he's not doing this now, but he could do hair basement. Hair basement could just have the pearl, but it can also be the big key, giving access to the pearl by some other means.
Yoho now reveals the Dark World map. And someone is going for the teleport method. Needs to get this mold worm out of the way. Okay. There we go. Nicely done. Yeah, Yoho, I would say this is a bit of a routing error to go to the hammer pegs. But on the other hand, it does allow him to look at the medallion.
I'm seeing a lot more people opening the front of TR. We used to just go back to frontal every time because it's easy. It's easy to route that way, but it's not... We don't know if it's faster to do it that way. Depending on where your big key is, you could save a little time getting the big key out of the front and then going to the back. And opening the front also gives you routing options. Post Turtle Rock, if you're going to do it. You could go to Skullwoods by wrapping the map, or you could go back to whatever you might have left behind, the Mimic Cave or Big Chest.
Okay, Yoho's at Potion Shop, so probably a nice Palace play at this
Almost
point.
certainly. You wouldn't buy these for Eastern or the Escape.
You know, Overworld YBA is another potential fake
That
loot.
is, this could be the Pyramid Ledge check. That's really the only thing in the Overworld that is in Logic right now, but this does look to be a nice Palace play for Yoho. And I think with Yoho having a sword and a lot of NMG experience, I don't expect him to have any trouble getting to Cold Stare. But he could still have a difficult fight ahead of him in Cold Stare, being on Green Mail.
Oh, right. Of course, Yoho has to Death Warp first. I was waiting for the optimal Freezor kill. Oh, Yoho goes for the Fricker bomb jump setup. Doesn't get it quite right.
I'm not sure what went wrong there. His pixel lineup is higher than I use, so I don't actually know if he's on Q or not.
There we go.
Pearl could be on Green Pendant. I just saw this comment from Twin. There's really nothing stopping it from being there. It could technically be on Ped if we had the right equipment, but the key layout of Turtle Rock restricts the back in vast majority of seeds. In fact, in majority of seeds, Turtle Rock is just straight up medallion locked by logic.
Yoho takes a bit of damage at Pen Gators.
Yoho is really showing the difference between the blue mail and green mail in this dungeon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yoho forewent the blue mail on Spectacle Rock.
Yoho remembering not to walk around the switch going up. Once you learn to walk around the switch going down, it's easy to forget that you actually do need to hit it going up.
And someone does get the bomb jump, so taking a slightly different route through.
This is someone's ticket back into ice if the pearl is here. Because I think this lack of a sword was the biggest hindrance to someone's ability to get the Ice Palace bomb jump. Oh, wow. Yoho almost brushed up against the spike to get that heart. He can only do this bomb jump one attempt. If he doesn't get this attempt, he will have to drink a potion. He's actually just going to drink it.
If he doesn't get the attempt, he starts over. Just
Yeah.
it's a game over. Yeah, drinking the potion made sense.
In fact, it almost looked like he was menuing just to have a menu buffer to make sure that he's on the pixel. Because he waited for that moment. Maybe that moment was just when he realized that he was in one-hit KO. He is also on his last bomb. I didn't realize this.
Yeah.
This could be an issue. Lacking hookshot, you do need a bomb to get to the big chest. And if you're routing Freezor in a certain way, you may have trouble doing that as well.
Yeah, there are bombs on right side, though. But it's not ideal.
Oh,
yeah.
This is interesting. Oh, nice hover. Oh, that was so close. Didn't even consider hovering as an option.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't normally hover there because it's slower, but if you're out of bombs, it's infinitely faster to hover.
Yeah.
His way to get to the right side was a bomb jump. He needs another key if he wants to get there by any other means. Or he just finds 3 bombs. Nice bailout.
Nice. All right, someone is going to Helma. I missed the track to mimics, but yeah, that is happening.
This is someone's bailout. If something is here,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest bailout would be if something is here and it's not the Moon Pearl.
Oh.
Because that would be last location territory. If you could find the Moon Pearl.
Yeah. Very possible.
Yoho's being very careful with his bombs because he has only 3 of them. He wants to use them wisely. Doesn't want to just hope that the Baris leave him alone.
Yeah, this could continue to get interesting though, because someone's going to turn in green pendant, and if it's nothing, then he'll probably continue to Eastern Palace.
That makes a lot of sense. It also makes sense that Yoho didn't do this because it was just a compass. So if you're doing this, it's only for the pendant.
Exactly.
I think someone was trying to flute in fake Dark World, which is unfortunate. You can flute in fake Light World, but you can't flute in fake Dark World.
Yeah, it's interesting. The bird just wants a Light World looking screen, I guess.
Birds are very visual creatures.
I see.
And this bird is not nocturnal. It needs to be able to see. Here's Yoho in the big chest. This is the last location before Cold Stare. And it's the powder. That could be something. The hammer does put the powder in logic. Because we don't require the wrap that gets to bat, so you have to have either the hammer or Moon Pearl and Mirror to get there. But not mitts. We don't care about mitts. I think there's a bomb here. And magic. He's not going to get the bomb now. Oh, he's going to get the bomb. There we go. Someone returning to ice.
Oh.
This is giving time back to Yoho.
Yeah. That's interesting.
His bailout was to do something that Yoho's not doing. I don't even think I saw... Did we see green pendant turned in?
We did. It was junk. Alright, Cold Stare fight for Yoho. No, we can't do that. Yo.
Oh no! Yeah, the Fighter Sword doesn't do damage to Cold Stare at all. I didn't even think about that. Like, you think like, oh, you're poke dashing, it doesn't matter what you're using, but it does. He used both of his blues now, so he has to use the hammer for this fight. If he has a death on Cold Stare, that gives all the time back to someone, basically. If someone doesn't have any advantage over Yoho on the return. He didn't find the cane or anything, but he does have the blue mail, making the fight safer. Also, oh, this is it for him. He needs to survive.
Yeah.
So there's no more safeties for left for Yoho.
Yoho can use sword or hammer.
Okay.
Ooh, nice reaction. Oh, a miss is bad.
No. I was gonna say that usually when you have one left, you're safe, but you can still get hit by falling ice. So that's save and quit for Yoho. I don't know if he saw all the items.
I'm not sure either.
I saw powder and bombs, but I don't remember what the other one was.
So, yeah, between the two of us, we're a little uncertain. But maybe Eastern's going to be the next play.
I would want to be turning in that powder, but Yoho doesn't have magic, so he can't. So maybe he's thinking...
Oh. Huh.
I'm not sure where he's going here. This is neither Eastern nor... Maybe he did do pod. And we just
I don't know if
didn't
he's... No, he probably just has to do Saw's Closet.
Oh, he just hasn't been here yet. Okay, that's fair. Maybe this is Eastern for him now.
I am again surprised. Neither runner goes to Eastern when I think they're going to.
Well,
But
turning in powder makes sense. But he can't.
he can't.
He can't turn in powder. He
Yeah.
remembers.
Yeah. So I was thinking he'd get some magic
Someone just
power.
juked the door. What? What?
You juked the door.
He juked the door. What happened there?
Wow. What the heck?
Well, I'll have to look into this later. New major glitch found.
Yeah.
This
I'm
is. I saw
curious.
him bomb jump. And I think the bomb jump maybe clipped him through the door in a way that juked the transition. I'm not sure. He must have had a trajectory that put him past the door transition.
Keep in mind, enemies can juke you as well.
Oh, that's right. I've seen that in Randomizer in Swamp.
Yeah, me too.
With the roller, right?
That is so.
That's so funny.
Awkward.
It sucks though because they both failed Ice Palace. Someone failed Ice Palace twice and probably feels very behind.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually know that he's fine unless there's something here in the powder.
Well,
it's not here in the powder, but yeah, someone is in the escape, which is the first time we're seeing this.
Yeah. Moon Pearl's just gonna be in map chest. We'll see.
Okay, Yoho Eastern, someone the escape. So one of these two will have something, probably. Unless I'm missing something. For example, item on Cold Stare.
I love the Eastern Palace track. The construct test.
Yeah, I like it too. I like how you get the slow version and the fast version in the same track. Now, a cold stare item, like, so if you're in a situation where you're about to go to ice on a low percent, you can start going out of logic and looking for things. GT is available. If you know your one frame clips, there's a pretty easy one that gets to GT. And with the hammer, you can get most of the checks in the GT, except for the ones cane locked. You can even climb if your hovers are good. And it's not a cane locked GT. But either way, even though it's out of logic, you can find a sword, cane, half magic. There's a lot of things that could just help you out there. Oh, I've got a big death warp for someone. So it looks like Dark Cross will be the next move. And then of course there's still Aghanim, which realistically is just fake flute somewhere in Walk.
Yeah, just rolling back the tape. I'd say the Red Bari juked someone in Ice Palace.
That's pretty interesting.
It's really unlucky. The Red Bari...
Like, the way the bomb... Was it the bomb pushing him past the Red Bari?
No.
And then... No, it was just the Red Bari. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like a zap? Like he had a sword out and got zapped?
No, I think it was just plain old damage.
Wow. The Ice Rod is in Eastern. Imagine missing that. So this is like you go to Eastern looking for Pearl, and you find the Ice Rod, which is also a pendant. And then you're like, oh, now I have to think about TR. They don't have to think about it yet, but now it's, I mean, Kane shows up, then Pedestal is in play.
Alright, Ice take 3 for someone.
Someone probably doesn't even know that he's like going to be the first person to beat Cold Stare in this seed. I mean, he might not be, but it's looking like he will be. Someone still has to full clear the dungeon. He didn't make it to most of the item locations. Yoho has to do the escape before returning, but we'll have a go mode ice if he does return. This is such a stressful seed. It reminds me of some of the seeds in No Logic where both players feel really behind because they're failing glitches
Oh, yeah.
and dying. But you just have to understand the context of your death. Like, are you dying because you messed up? Or are you dying because the seed is hard? And if you're dying because the seed is hard, you can't know that your opponent's not having their own struggles. The juke was something totally unexpected. Like, you don't expect your opponent to get a door juke from an enemy.
Oh my gosh. Someone going in with hammer on pen gator lineup.
Someone has 2 bombs. Why does nobody have bombs in this seed? You should just buy them. They're right there. Go buy some 15 bombs before you go in. Never have to worry about bombs again in your life. Alright, Bari room take 2. No more jukes this time. I will throw my controller out the window if it happens again. Look at that enemy there too. So close. I actually got a bad slot 0 value in there once, and you can't fix that. It's basically a soft lock. No, get the bombs! There are 2 bombs in that room. Someone missed out on.
Just a red rupee and dark cross. Yoho setting up for potential key steal.
Key steal, yeah. Speaking of the Hera key, there's still a Hera basement. And Yoho is on the mountain, and not healing, which could just be going to ice, but I think he's going somewhere else. I think we might be seeing a Hera basement play.
Fun. Alright.
Ooh, not a Hera basement play. Perhaps a Ganon's Tower or a fake flute play. That's another thing you can do. You can just start fake fluting with that blue potion. And getting things that might help you.
Yeah, just collect everything else. Other than Moon Pearl.
Here we go. We've got an out of logic descent. And Yoho's first play out of the descent will very likely be Skullwoods.
Yeah, so this is a citrus clip to get into a position to hop down. There we go. Very nice.
And someone else dropping down. Or I should say someone dropping down to Cold Stare. Let's see. He will switch to Hammer. He has a green potion, so he can't just heal willy-nilly. But he can get his magic back. So it looks like he was taking advantage of Cold Stare being stun-locked, getting as many hammer hits as he could. And when they get a little bit out of control, he switches to the green potion to clean up the fight. Very nice.
Yeah.
And it is in the red mail on Cold Stare. It's not the Moon Pearl. It's a reward. Here, you survived. Here's something that makes surviving easier and makes death warping harder.
Yeah, so someone pulls ahead on crystal count, but not on progression.
So where will someone go next? Yoho is not in a place that is likely to lead to Moon Pearl, unless there's a mirror sitting somewhere really dumb. Wow, the hookshot and skull. I mean, that's good. Yoho can now do out of logic swamp if he wants to. It's another one of those I just need stuff to make the game easier plays.
Is anything else available for Pearl and other than Aga?
Hair basement pyramid
Hair
ledge.
basement. Okay, yeah. I thought we
Look,
were gonna see that, and then we didn't.
someone's turning in the powder. I also don't know if Yoho quit out of Eastern because it's not an item on the boss. Probably did. I don't think he would have quit out otherwise. You can also just not get the Moon Pearl. Like, you don't need it. Yoho's showing us why we don't need it. You do need all 7 crystals. Ganon will not let you kill him.
Yoho dropping to Froxula.
Froxila? It's the depths. Ooh. This is a little sketchy too. He isn't one-hit KO from Mothula. Drinks a blue potion. This is actually, he can afford exactly one more of those. I don't think Ice Rod does anything until you have the cane, so yes, start thinking TR, but you don't have to actually do it until you have the cane. It's also out of logic. The cane's in Mothula. Is this, like, very close to go mode, actually, for Yoho. He needs a medallion and he needs a sword.
Yeah. And remind me where Ice Rod was?
Ice Rod is here in Eastern, but it's not
here
required.
in Eastern.
It's Turtle Rock's a pendant. And actually, it would be important to know if Meyer is the same medallion as Turtle Rock, because sometimes you can do logic reads that keep you from looking inside TR for the Meyer medallion. You can also do some logic reads. You can almost just always assume that you need the Meyer medallion for Swamp. So that's another place you don't have to look.
Okay. Yo. Having won a hook shot and a cane, it looks like a hair pot play is next. Dashing through the water, you hate to see it. Oh no, and a miss of the fairies.
If you're dashing through the water, it's because of the fairies. So it's extra sad. Big key upstairs means that the basement is not the big key, but the basement could still be the pearl. We've only seen one item yet, which is the mirror shield.
Yeah, an interesting kind of time save here could occur if progression is actually on Moldorm. I'm sorry. All right, Moldorm fight for Yoho.
Someone is killing Eastern boss, by the way. Maybe this is a pedestal play, feeling behind, or maybe it's an item and we just weren't counting. There is an item on Hair Basement, though. That's interesting.
Right.
The
What?
mirror!
The
There
mirror.
was an
Okay.
item. Yo, I just didn't get it.
Wow. What the heck?
That means that all the stuff he found in Skullwoods is in logic,
Yeah, it
which
is.
means that if the key layout is right, Pedestal can have the Moon Pearl. Just saying.
Wow. That would be fantastic. So what you're saying is that Turtle Rock is now in logic for our runners to get into as a bunny.
You also might be wondering, why is Yoho death warping in the front of Hera? This is a Hera basement save scum play.
Oh, yeah. So this is quite good for someone.
Well, it's interesting because if all of this is just to get the pearl and to get the stuff out of Skull, Yoho doesn't need the pearl to beat the game, but it is a very significant time loss to not have it. Like, if the pearl's on Pedestal, you will probably just save time not getting it. If you decide, like, if you know it's on Ped and you're like, I'm just gonna start doing crystals and hoping that I don't need to do this, you'll probably come out ahead. As long as you're not missing out on other things that are in the pendant dungeons.
So I'm curious about someone's setup here. I think he's doing a fake flute.
He tried to, but he had no health magic missing, so he couldn't actually drink the potion.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he had to mirror it. I think he's thinking, okay, all this village stuff is in logic. Wow, medallion and hair basement. If that's a Meyer medallion, that's actually one of those things that can sop off your seat if you're not careful. So Yoho save and quit out because he wants to keep it. He has a way to get a swamp key now that doesn't involve going to Meyer, but at this point you probably just do it from Meyer because it's faster. It's ether. We don't know what's required for Meyer yet. And it's not the one for TR.
Alright, someone doing an overworld check in Village of Outcast will come out as a bunny. So, will someone be doing the rest of VOL? It looks like it. Are we gonna go for a guard? Nope. Just straight up Super Bunny?
If you can pull it off, it's faster, but the guard is... Oh, okay. It's a mirror-locked pearl. It's really easy to get, though. Yoho could just fake flute. You can see, like, someone didn't even use the mirror to get this. Or he did, but he didn't need to.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it's not the pedestal dream, but it is like a W for someone to have this so early compared to Yoho. In fact, Yoho is like in ice, which is something someone has already done. But someone does have to catch up by going to Skullwoods. But Skullwoods is an easy thing to get to. It might not be as easy to kill the boss, but he's not likely to die on red mail. Now the big wild card for someone will be that Ether Medallion. If the Ether Medallion in Hera Basement is required for Meyer, that is a very hard one to get to, and you can even misspend your Hera key and have a hard time getting it back. Both of them do have backup plans for getting that back. Yoho can steal a key from the escape and use that to unlock Swamp, or just go through Meyer. And someone, if he does misspend the key, he can steal the escape key and get it back.
This has been quite an interesting pre-Moon Pearl race. And I am very curious to see what happens with that medallion.
I'm surprised that with Yoho knowing that this is hard, does he remember there's a blue mail in Spectacle Rock?
Mm-hmm.
He's been close to it a couple times. Like when he went to Pod, he was close to it. When he went to Hera Basement, he could have gotten it. Is he thinking, oh, this time I just won't mess up? Or is he thinking, like, this is better, right? He's not muscle memorying the spin or the poke dash that he actually can't damage Cold Stare with.
Mm-hmm.
But he still has to deal with the jank hammer hitbox and he still really can't get hit here. He can get hit
Yeah,
once and he'll be okay. Oh, frame rule it. Oh, here we
oh,
go.
I couldn't get away from this guy.
Drink it. Okay, we got it. Wow, this is some pause buffer strats. So once again, he can get hit once by the big guys, and once by the small guys, and he'll be okay. Meanwhile, someone in the back of Thieves is still looking for things, still on the same sword.
So Yoho is rewarded with that blue mail. The proper mail color to win in Ice Palace.
That's true, it is vanilla. Someone has a very comfortable amount of health.
Oop. Okay. Yoho will show us the medallion.
This is really cool. I hope we see Meyer Shed damage boost play. It's a little hard to do. You can only get hit by this enemy once. Okay, it's Quake. It's the same medallion as TR. Very unlikely to be on pedestal.
Okay, Yoho just walks in and says no.
It's unfortunate that the ether he got is not relevant.
Yeah.
Wow,
Alright.
we're farming rupees.
Someone is back.
I think Yoho's going for some fake flute plays. This is
Yeah,
something you
so.
don't see very often.
Yeah. Yoho could be thinking Pyramid Ledge at this point.
He's getting a lot. So
Yeah.
he wants to buy 2. He had enough for 160 rupees. This is the 50 rupee cave, so he'd have to do it twice or 3 times to be able to get another potion. It's a big time sink. But if it gets him the pearl, if he flutes to 3, he'll be good. I'm not so sure why he feels like he needs to have 2 this urgently. Meanwhile, someone is in the right place.
Yeah.
The cane and hookshot are here. I don't think he's gotten it yet. He'll get him on the way out.
Yeah, someone has quite an advantage at this point. But Quake is still a question mark.
Break is a question mark with some big asterisks on it because of the very unlikely to be inside of Swamp and pretty unlikely to be inside of TR. We've already seen Hera, all the items inside. Ganon's Tower remains as a big location, and a whole bunch of overworld left. But other than that, there's not that much that they have to worry about. The big question is, where does Yoho flute to?
5.
5.
Or a long Super Bunny run. Let's see it. Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's a drink! No! He
And-
spent so long farming. There's Kane and Mothula for someone.
Yeah, nice fight. Yeah, Yoho cannot get out of that after drinking the potion. There's no way to lose health or magic at that point.
I mean, he wants that potion back. He worked so hard for it.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that.
I still don't quite understand. Maybe what he's thinking is he'll flute to get to the pyramid item. Oh, someone has... Okay, bunny. It's a temporary bunny. Maybe he's thinking he'll flute to the pyramid item, and then out of there, he'll flute again to 3. That's a really good place to... Oh, no, not again. This is the no logic seed that snuck its way into that HMG tournament.
Yeah,
We had a
it
door
did.
juke. We had a lot of failed YBAs. We had like a low % cold stare. Did we see hook shot for someone?
I didn't see it, but
I didn't
might have
see it
missed it.
either. But I was also watching the YBAs. You know, if Skull Woods ended prematurely, it's because he found the second item in the front and left. Don't trust the tracker. The tracker is not paying attention at all. The tracker is watching the one thing that doesn't need to be tracked, which is YBAs. Okay, but successful YBA to 3, that's really good. That means he will get the pearl and not need YBA. Yeah, hook is required. You cannot hover Swamp Palace. And you can't kill... This is not getting the pearl, yo.
No, this makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't go for
He's thinking
VOO.
he's just not playing for the pearl anymore. He's playing for... The pearl is somewhere terrible. It's probably on Eastern. He can't even afford the thinking.
Oh no!
Oh, it
That's
sucks.
awful.
Oh, hey, we've got a pyramid fairy.
And we also cannot farm rupees at the arrow game because then we'll return to bunny form.
So I think what Yoho's maybe doing is picking up some overall checks on the way to Pyramid Ledge. He must remember that he can't do Pyramid Fairy without the pearl. Because
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy thing to forget, but
yeah,
that
he
is...
can't get a water walk. The pearl's for the water walk, not the link state.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, even in inverted, you need pearl. Just not something you would even consider. You're like, I'm in the dark world. I'm in Link. Why would I need the pearl? It's because it's a fake flipper, and you had to turn that into a water walk somehow. And there's a sword in Hype Cave for someone.
Yo's not checking it. He's just gonna grab it. It's just a piece of art.
Book and Burnout also in Hype Cave. So now he's thinking this is where I use the second blue potion. Is to get back to 3 or to get... Really, actually, he's going to end the route, I suppose.
Oh, this could be good.
Well, kind of. He gets hammer pegs. I don't know if he's even going to get hammer pegs. He might just go back and do Thieves Town. The hammer pegs would terminate the route. And that wouldn't be very good. He's going to swim clip out. He doesn't need to. He has the mitts. But it is cool. Oh, he is getting it. Not sure I agree with this, but if it is Quake, it could be good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's thinking about it. He realizes that if he does this, he will be a bunny walking out. Yeah. He really wants to do Thieves. He really wants to do these checks that can actually have the Moon Pearl. Even though they're not in logic from his perspective. They technically can have it. Hammer Pegs can never have the Moon Pearl.
Right. Alright, so someone closing in on Meyer area. Find out about Quake soon. We'll see Meyer Hut. Could it be a key under the doormat? Nope.
Nope. So despite the struggles, Yoho is making progress in the seed, and will actually be ahead of someone on crystals. Believe it or not, coming out of Thieves Town, because someone has not gone up here yet. And if someone, again, I would love to see confirmation, but I didn't see the hookshot for someone. I'll pay attention to the quick swapping that he does. If he missed out on hookshot, that could be very bad.
We'll double check.
It's hard to imagine him missing it because he did go back in the back. And that's a slow thing to do. You would think that he would check the front on the way out. So this might actually be a play for like either GT. Yeah, this looks like a GT play. If he has the hookshot, I'll pull it out here to do the clip.
True.
Or he will just not. Well, we'll definitely know when he's inside. If he starts bomb jumping all over the place, that is bad news bears for someone. And huge bailout for Yoho. It's not the one you'd expect. Yeah, the book was in, oh yeah, I tried to mark it. I'm getting a lot of eaten clicks. That one was not my fault, I promise. There were like 3 items in Hype Cave, and tracking things too quickly means that some things don't get tracked. He did find the book, it's in Hype Cave, along with Cane of Burna and a sword. What a tease, we still don't get to see if he has hookshot or not.
Just to confirm, he does not have hookshot.
Okay, that's rough. I don't know how he gets back there. I mean, it is easy to flute and go to the midst portal and walk in, but you're doing that with your tail between your legs. You're not doing that because you feel ahead.
Yeah, both runners have taken just very bold skips in dungeons. Eastern from Yoho and Skullwoods from someone, and that has been detrimental.
It's pretty cool to see that the mirror on Eastern is not actually hurting Yoho that much. I did allude to the mirror being not very important. And even though it was logically locking Pearl, because the mirror is your logical way off the mountain when you don't have it, Yoho showed us you don't need it. The only thing you really want the mirror for, besides time save, is Mimic Cave. Even that's skippable, but it's just kind of hard because people don't know how to do it. Look at this. Okay, we're going to see some bomb jumping. So this is hookshotless GT. I suppose what he's hoping to find here is Quake, because that's the only thing he's missing that can be here. Yoho will get the pearl next. It's here. It's in Village of Outcasts.
I assume Yoho can do damage Super Bunny to acquire it.
He's gonna Death Warp. Because that'll also give him... You can do damage to Super Bunny for both of them.
Right.
So maybe... Actually, maybe it would have been better to do that. Damage Super Bunny for C-shaped house is pretty slow. You have to lure a thief or lure a guard. But at chess game, the guard is right there, and it's... I think I do it faster if I'm not using the mirror. Just by getting the guard to hit me. It's super easy. You just face up and then let the guard hit you. You don't even have to be on the last pixel of the door.
Someone sets up a bomb jump. Not totally sure if he's... Yeah, he wasn't far enough to the left. So this is Moon Pearl for Yoho. He takes a pause.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes...
He's in the fake dark world. So, yeah. What is he thinking he's going to do?
Well, he's got to check this, and I don't know what he wants to do next.
He bombed this, but he didn't go in. He can go back to the Skullwoods portal and get back into the dark world there. I think that's what he's thinking.
But why go to the dark world?
Why go to the Dark World? He hasn't done Hype Cave yet. So he's got things to do here. He hasn't
True.
done Hammer Pegs. I mean, where else is he going to go? GT is a good play, but it's not... It doesn't have the proximity benefit that this has. This you can just get to right away.
Yeah.
On the other hand, nothing really matters with proximity if you have the flute and mitts. You can just go there anytime you want.
Yoho's rushing South Dark World.
No
He
Hammer
does.
Pegs! Okay, yes, Hammer
Okay.
Pegs!
Yeah. I was gonna say another way could have just been save and quit to Link's house.
Yeah, that's true.
Flute.
Maybe
But
that would
yeah.
have been faster.
While we're here.
Yoho didn't do Dig Game on the way down because he was poor. Yeah, he can do Smith. He can pick it up on the way down. But he has to do Dig Game, which kind of sucks because if he had done Dig Game and had the money for it, he wouldn't have had to worry about that.
Ice armors for someone.
I'm really not seeing much at all. I saw a mushroom in the southwest room of GT,
Okay, I missed mushroom.
but that's it.
So, yeah. Right side time for someone.
That 100 rupees that Yoho walked away from represents 2 trips into the 50 rupee cave.
Mhm.
Such disrespect.
Right, successful right side. See what's over here. 2 full heart containers, 20 rupees, and the big key. There we go. So now someone is continuing on to big chest. Right? Right.
I think he has to at this point. Because Quake can still be there.
I think from what we've seen from our runners, they are a little unpredictable.
Well, Yoho keeps correcting himself when they say, "Oh, you can't do that," and he'll like turn around and be like, "Oh, right, I can't." And he's going through the same thought processes I'm going through. He's has the added disadvantage of he actually has to play the seed while doing it, and I'm just sitting here in my chair and watching both of them.
Uh-huh. Armchair rando playing. I love it.
Exactly. And there's a sword for Yoho. And you know, I can criticize Yoho all I want because he 2-0'd me in the lower bracket. So I'm punching up.
Okay, mushroom turn in for someone. We know it cannot be hookshot. But of course, Yoho has already shown us where that is. It's a sword.
That's not bad. If you're gonna find something out of logic, sword is one of the better things to get. Doesn't lead you astray, it just makes the game easier.
Right, right. Alright, this is a pyramid check for Yoho. Interesting.
Very nice pyramid check. I admit I didn't even pay attention to what crystals are red. So, I have a feeling Yoho didn't either. He's just gonna get it because it's easy. Nobody escorts the bomb anymore in HMG.
He also knows he's supposed to have mirror.
That's a good point. He knows where the mirror is now. Pretty sure. I don't think he has any locations that he doesn't know about besides Eastern Boss.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't see someone in Spike Cave.
Oh.
I'm not sure why, but
Yeah.
so what is left for Quake? The middle of TR can be Quake, and if the key layout is right, any other location can also be Quake and TR. That's where someone is going. The first chest in Swamp still cannot be Quake because it's the version 31.1, which
Oh
doesn't have
yeah.
that bug fix yet.
Right.
But the first chest in Swamp can be the small key of Swamp, which can lead to Quake in the middle or the back.
Interesting.
And this Dark Mountain stuff that Yo is about to do also can have Quake. Hookshot Cave is open, Catfish is open, as just overall locations that have a bunch of chests in them that can be anything they want, except for Hookshot. Someone won't find Hookshot in the 3 chests of Hookshot Cave, but Yoho can find Quake here. Someone also doesn't know that Hookshot's not just in TR. So it makes sense for him to be doing this back to front with the intent to full clear it. Could even pull Ped and hope it's there. I think Ped is
Double for you.
very unlikely to be Quake, but it could still happen. Anybody who knows logic better than I do, please let me know if you've noticed anything about the TR key layout and what it means about whether it's medallion locked or not. Yeah, Spy Cave, as I mentioned earlier, is something someone skipped past on the way. I'm not sure why, he just felt behind, maybe. It's a slow check, maybe he just didn't want to do it. Catfish, just now dead. Yoho showing us it's just a heart piece. Oh, I guess Yoho doesn't know that Green Pendant isn't the mirror. So it's one of the 2
Oh my gosh.
bosses.
Right. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Yoho got a shovel, okay.
Yeah, Yoho has a shovel from Hookshot Cave.
I don't think we saw Ether Tablet either.
Oh, where was the book? Do you remember?
Book was in Hype Cave. Someone has it. Maybe we did see it. We saw Bombos. We saw one of them. Yeah, that's true. Someone has so much health right now.
Wow.
18 hearts. I don't know what happened, but just hasn't. Here's Spy Cave for Yoho. Into GT. And GT Climb can have Quake. But it couldn't have Hookshot. So someone did not chase GT Climb. Because if someone is not a hover, or not a comfortable hover, that could be a pretty big detriment. Even with Moldorm Bounce, you don't want to leave behind the Moldorm item when you're not in go mode.
Of course.
Or in Hookshot go mode. You can gamble it, but you're probably not saving time Moldorm bouncing. Something you do for fun. Or in a hookless seed.
Big key is found at Compass Chest. Wait, what is this? I don't know what that was.
Hair clip and GT, I don't know. They look like Graveyard Ledge almost. I think I was just his muscle memory failing him. Oh no! That's okay. You could just hit the portal and you're fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if that happens in the Dark World, you walk into Spy Cave. Only 1 key in the front of TR. That actually might be a logical try next.
I don't know. Gold sword as well. So we could 0 cycle Trinex. And Yoho does GT clip. And we'll be checking left side.
Someone can use the mirror coming out of here to do the mountain checks. And can also drop into Mimic Cave, which is something Yoho cannot realistically do.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, Trinex just has a pendant.
So I would love to see if Pedestal can be Quake. I think someone will show us if it is or not. Hookshot was just in the front of Skullwoods. That's actually a really good way for someone to get the hookshot is by turning in the pedestal and going through the dark world to pick up that last item in Skull. But it's still a pretty big disadvantage. I don't think Yo is going to go to TR looking for Quake. And there will be no shovel pickup for someone because that was one of the hookshot locked chests in Hookshot Cave. The fact that he doesn't even attempt it tells me that he's probably not going to try hovering GT. Alright, not counting keys. Not getting Mimic Cave? Oh no. That's your one advantage, someone. What happened?
It's an easy one to forget. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh. Someone briefly walked past the bird. It's always an annoying surprise.
So this is a light world check of pedestal. Is not going to get him to the hook shot. Nice mic arrows. It's a NMG strat that is a little risky in Rando. Because in NMG, if you miss it, you just miss the arrows, but in Rando, you miss a chest.
Blind pull. Let's go.
It is just bombs.
Unfortunately, not the Quake medallion.
I can stop thinking about TR logic now.
So that leaves some pretty unlikely locations for the Quake medallion. We have Swamp on the condition that the first key is a small key, vanilla.
Oh, we haven't seen the Smith yet.
Yeah, Smith chain.
Someone is not getting the hook shot right now, but he can still get Quake.
It is possible to bring the Smith into Skullwoods, but that's not something we normally see.
It's also not the most efficient way to get to the hookshot chest, which is in the front. You really want to be able to just walk in and not have to fall in a hole.
Finding Quake will be big for someone, not necessarily an advantage, since it may lead him astray.
Quake would be pretty bad. I can't think of a location that Quake can be in that's good for someone. Because if it's in the GT climb, which is the only thing hook shot lock that we haven't seen yet, that's not in Swamp, then Yoho's just gonna get it first. Actually, not sure why he's not going there now. I think it has to do with missing mirror.
Maybe, yeah.
It's so slow to death warp out. You might as well just do something else. Turn in that shovel. Turn in that mushroom. I'll get a sword out of it. This is the shovel. We haven't seen this yet. This is behind the hookshot in the hookshot cave, and someone doesn't have it.
Yeah, this would be good for someone if Quake is here. It's a red boomerang.
Yeah, everywhere that we want Quake to be is basically just damage control for someone. It's not, and nothing is going to be an advantage that I can think of. It would have to be like purple chest, somewhere that Yoho will just last location.
Right, so we're
But
seeing some familiar checks here.
right, yeah. Now we're picking up some things that. Well, I'm wrong. There is one location, and it's Mimic Cave.
Hmm.
That would be pretty bad for Yoho.
Yeah, definitely.
Despite not doing it earlier, I do think someone is closer to Mimic Cave than Yoho is by a long shot.
Yes. Yeah, it's quite interesting because Yoho should be able to narrow down the mirror location to 2 different bosses. So he pretty much at this point realizes he doesn't have to do either one.
So
One
yeah,
refuses.
that's. I will not be tracking that. He did hard reset out to get his key back. Yoho, meanwhile, is climbing with the intent to do Swamp Palace. He has to get a key first. This is an interesting play because Swamp Palace is unlikely to have Quake, but he doesn't know that it doesn't have Quake. But the easiest way to know is to just check the first chest and see if it's the key or not. And if it's not the key, he gets to go mode the dungeon.
Yeah, this is a funny thing that Yoho has to do. Steal the key from the key rat, which someone does not have to do, especially because he reset out of the basement of Hera.
So someone is going to either Hookshot Cave or Catfish. I think this is Hookshot Cave. Sorry, not Hookshot Cave. Catfish or Mimic Cave. But this is Catfish. He can swim back up if he knows the swim. So if you were going to do both, this is the order you would do them in.
Makes sense.
Yoho saves quits out of the key rat steal because the dam remains flooded on any save quit as long as he doesn't screen transition in the overworld, and death warping would have been very slow. This is the mirror, not having the mirror, losing a little bit of time for Yoho.
Oh, Yoho splashy dashy again. Specifically to tilt me, I'm guessing.
He knows. Yeah, he knows. He knows you're on comms, and he knows that loses time. Very nice clip for Yoho.
Yeah, a dash clip to go from Hera to the swamp.
The new meta is to go get the big chest now, but when you're looking for the Maya Medallion, the only chest you care about is the lobby. And once you've seen the lobby and it's a key, then you can start worrying about the other chests. But you probably don't need to open them at all. Someone is doing the hookless GT climb.
Ooh.
Ooh, we haven't seen this yet. So, if this is Quake, and it's not Unmoldorm 2, or if it is and he can hover, then he can... I hate to say this, but he can waste time in Swamp looking for the hook shot in left side.
Okay. So, Yoho does not find a key in the first chest. So, will Yoho be go moding this dungeon?
He might look for a sword. He is still on Master Sword Silverless, and there are a few on the way checks that Swamp is particularly good for just opening a few things on the way. There's 2 in the back, in the diver down room, and 1 in the waterfall. I don't expect him to go farther than that. I think he knows the logic well enough.
Yoho is indeed going to the back.
Nice gauntlet for someone. So, coming up on the first chest in the top of GT. Really love to see what his approach is to Moldorm 2. The Moldorm bounce would be a little risky. But I think if that's your way to get past Moldorm, and you're here without hookshot, I think you just have to do it. Because you're either double dipping the GT climb to get your hookshot, or you're double dipping your GT climb, guaranteed to get Moldorm. So you might as well complete the dungeon if you're here. So Yoho will not find a sword here, but silver arrows are still out there.
Nice triple with spins for Yoho.
Yeah, that is silvers in the GT climb.
All right, just bombs.
Okay, someone did a little dance of, oh heck, now what?
Yeah.
He's getting his bombs out. That's cool. That means Moldorm bounce. I love to see Moldorm bounce. Ooh, frame rules. Oh, he could have gotten that, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little sketchy with the tail being so close to the head. If you hit the tail when you're trying to bounce, you'll just damage Moldorm instead of getting knocked back.
What can Yoho even do at this point?
He can do the Smith chain, but it's worse for him because it's mirrorless. This is not a good pattern.
Oh,
yeah, that's a bad luck. That was bad luck. Moldorm goes to the other side of the arena. There's not a whole lot you can do except bail out or try and, like, hope. Yoho leaving the swamp, getting back into the light world. That was the light world. And this looks like maybe a Smith chain play. Okay, this can work. I don't like to face up when doing bounce because you can lose your sword by tinking the head. I like to face down.
Yeah, we get multiple tinks.
This is also just like a very aggressive charge. He actually, yeah, maybe this is the reason to face up because it looks like he got saved from the fall. Okay, this is really good. He can make this work. I would move a little bit closer to the bomb and a little bit closer to Moldorm. I think he might be a little far from the bomb, but the hitbox is very generous. What he's trying to do is he's trying to get to the last frame of the bomb, which is brown. And this next frame will be this frame that he releases with B. It looks like he was too far from the bomb, didn't get the damage. So that's why you would want to move a little closer to the bomb. The goal of Moldorm bounce is to get hit by your bomb on the same frame that you release your spin on Moldorm's head. And your angle relative to Moldorm's head is what determines where you go. You just have to be touching the bomb's explosion hitbox somewhere. Doesn't matter where the bomb is. This is a little sketchy. If this is... Okay, yeah, he doesn't have enough time. Unless he frame rolls every...
Yeah.
Wins every frame roll. But he
that
had
was
to
getting
win,
good.
He had to win a lot of frame rolls for that to work. If anybody wants to learn this, by the way, I did put a workshop together and a Google Doc of how to learn Moldorm bounce. Meanwhile, Yoho is cleaning up Smith chain without the mirror. This looks like purple chest, which I don't think... I think we did see this, actually. And then he would clean up Bombus Helmet if he hasn't been there yet. Alright, let's see what Moldorm does. If Moldorm goes up and curls around and, like, goes above him, he'll be okay. Now, in this situation, I would move down into the right a little bit to get a better trajectory.
Oh.
He has 3 tries left. I don't know what the Wizrobes are dropping. If they're dropping bombs, he has more chances, but I think he'll probably just save and quit when he runs out. It was not good patterns. There are ways to bait Moldorm to make it a little bit more likely that he's where you want him to be. But someone is going for just go down and hope. which is a little faster, but a little less reliable. Okay, this is pretty good. He needs to move towards Moldorm here. This bomb's about to go off, yeah. It wasn't quite close enough. So where's Yoho going? This is another descent. This is probably the climb for Yoho, which means if there's something on Moldorm 2, that's basically GG. But otherwise it's just doing the things that someone's already done. And this is his last bomb. I don't have high hopes for this pattern. Moldorm is between him and the bomb.
This is it.
This is it? No.
No.
Oh!
Yep.
Nope. Out. No, he was on the edge of the pit. He couldn't have gotten the spin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think if he was facing down, he could have made that work. But facing up is what kept him on the edge of the pit and not falling. So here's Yoho climbing. He has the hook shot, but he doesn't have the extra swords.
Yeah.
So what is left for Quake? Once again, the Mimic Cave is really a wild card for this race because someone can get that and Yoho will take a long time to get there. Probably last location. But that's not where someone is going.
Someone will find the junk in Spike Cave first.
Someone needs to go to Skull Woods, but also we haven't seen the Mario Medallion yet.
Yeah.
I really hope that someone actually knows that there's an item there and isn't just miscounting, because that would be tragic. It's one thing to skip a location on purpose. It's pretty bad feeling to skip it by accident. Wow, he got clipped into the spikes. Did you see that? He's like halfway through the spike.
Yoho had a broken fire rod.
Yeah, he used the flute somewhere and it messed up his spooky variable, which is not good in this room. You do want that splash damage to behave correctly. So here's someone going to Swamp. Small Key is not here. That's really good for him because he won't be led astray. Yeah, I'm just a little confused about the Skullwood skip because I did see someone get an item on Moth and then go back in to get the bridge chest, which is not an item. So he knew he didn't have all the items.
So someone is running out of swamp. What could be next?
It would be a good time to refill your bombs.
The powder is looking very lonely in someone's menu.
It is. It's weird that he doesn't have like any medallions. I mean, he doesn't have ether because he hard reset out, but still.
Oh yeah, where's Bombos?
We don't know. It's nowhere.
Meyer Vanilla Big Key.
It's gonna be in Swamp. Yeah, it could be in Meyer. Swamp Meyer. What else could it be? It doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah. This is good. Maybe this is Skull. Maybe someone will be back on track. Meanwhile, we're about to see what's on the Moldorm chests for Yoho. Which is, even if someone had successfully Moldorm bounced, it would actually be better that he failed if it's here. But it's just the map. Actually, he could have known this was the map by the time he was here. I don't think you have to, like, nobody actually counts the items. You have to menu and see you're missing it. So here's a hookshot for someone. What can he do now? He can do a bunch of stuff Yoho's already done. He can do Swamp. He can do Hookshot Cave. Check the shovel that's there, and then go to GT and do the climb. But the Swamp, of course, he knows Swamp's not going to have Meyer Medallion. So that's just a go mode dungeon. Oh, Yoho didn't do the map. Someone did do the map. So Yoho now knows that he left an item in here, which is Pretty unfortunate. Again, that Mimic Cave chest is really looking spicy. Why won't Swamp have Mire Medallion? So, there are two ways to do Swamp in HMG. One of them is you walk into the front with the mirror and you find the small key, just like any other game. But the other way is you go to Mire and you get 3 Mire small keys. And you only spend 2 of them in Mire. Because there's a door in there that we just pretend doesn't exist. And you clip into Swamp from Mire via Hera. And you spend that key to open Swamp from the inside out. What that means is, if you don't have a small key in the first chest of Swamp, then you have to have the Mire Medallion to get in. It's a little bit muddy because in the Hera pot, we just steal a Hera key and go in, but we're not really supposed to do that. So you'll see people going into Swamp even though they don't technically have access. And that's why you...
I'm slightly surprised someone is checking chests in here because it can't have what he's looking for, right?
That's true. That's true. It's a very good point. And he has all the safeties. Oh, he has the hook shot. Sorry. That's how he got here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I forget I'm also the tracker. I marked his mirror shield. I also didn't mark a lot of other things. Here's Aghanim dead for Yoho. Hera finished. Yoho's checking Ped. I guess Yoho doesn't know it's not in TR. But that... The Mimic Cave again, I think it's there. I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, I haven't been able to think of a location for a while.
Yoho also has Swamp complete. Okay. Back on track.
Someone is going east.
Someone's going to Mimic Cave. Can't be anything else. So now, what's the advantage? Yoho has more done, but someone, if this is here, someone will be in go mode. And Yoho will have to do Eastern or do some clip he probably doesn't know how to do. No,
well, yeah. Yoho's gonna
do Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Hookshot Cave, that makes sense. But he's leaving, that's a good sign. This is going back to GT. This is not Mimic Cave. We're never going to see Mimic Cave.
It's so funny.
I hope Yoho knows there's an item on the Eastern boss, because he just checked Ped and saw it was nothing. And I found it very strange that he left after getting Ice Rod. And there was still an item on the boss, and it was in logic. Well, Yoho will at least get a sword here. Oh, he got the mushroom sword. I missed that. Now someone climbing GT just to clean it up. I don't think it really routes into anything he hasn't already done. I genuinely think that someone forgot about Mimic Cave. Yeah, Butter over Tempered isn't really much of an advantage at this level of play. We've seen most things. The one thing we won't be seeing is everything behind the Mire Medallion. Which is more than you might think.
Well, we have seen Upper Hera and half of Swamp.
Yeah, Yoho did do some checks. Someone will not be doing those because Yoho was just looking for a sword. Someone has everything except Quake. I think he has Bugnet too, I wasn't paying attention. On the tracker for some reason. Silver is Lamo too, which is not something you would expect to see in a seed with the silvers at the top of GT, but we get to see it.
No, Yoho missed the block push.
He was on like he was like off by 1 frame. Backwards change arms is its own beast. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
You had to wait like a second before using the cape because of the cooldown. Kept us cool though. He is on blue mail, so it's not quite as tanky as someone is. Someone does have Bugnet. Okay, Yoho probably has it too.
Someone takes down Moldorm.
Yeah, revenge, but it's just for a map.
Huh.
I guess someone didn't know for sure that was map. Mind the gap. What? How did that not make a platform? So what would I expect to see from Yoho when he runs out of locations? Probably Pod and Eastern together?
That sounds right.
Yeah, someone picked up Ether. I deliberately didn't track that because he put it back in the chest. Yeah, if Yoho might grab Mimic, I don't know if he knows the glitch that gets you into Mimic. It's not easy. It's one of those things you only learn because it's like a challenge to learn it, not because you think it will be useful.
Yeah, Yoho is not grinding max % light world.
Oh no, it's in a speedrun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's when I won't be running. Can't be bothered with that one.
We need to change the rules to allow... Well, we haven't officially allowed Blockbuster, but it's going to be allowed. So that adds another item that you can get from the light world. Hammer pegs. So Yoho is defeating Trinex. This doesn't do anything for Yoho, though.
No, you're right. It wasn't an
garbage.
item. And the key is in the... There's another key in the big chest. Maybe what it does is it lets him leave, but I don't think so. No, he can't leave. I think he could have gone under that dead rock. Yeah, this scene's really bad. I don't think it had to be this bad. If you're the kind of person who will just like do Pendant Eastern, and you're not skipping weird things, you're probably fine. Like, I think someone skipping Hookshot was a mistake. And not a gamble. I don't think that was on purpose. And Yoho skipping Mirror might have been a gamble, but I don't think... I wouldn't have done it. I think once you're in Pendant Eastern and there's still items, and the only thing you found there was an ice rod. That doesn't do anything. I think you just have to keep going. What is someone doing now? Someone is doing Swamp. He hasn't done Swamp yet. I hope he knows that Meyer Medallion won't be here. Both of them getting the key out of Turtle Rock. Here's a trick. Here's a trick. Use an auto tracker and turn key sanity on, and it will tell you how many keys you picked up.
For anyone who doesn't use auto tracking, here's my trick. When you're going to Trinex, if you have 2 keys, then you're set.
That's if you did a back to front route.
Okay. I only know one
If you
route.
do middle routes, then things get a little bit fuzzy.
Well, there's two key doors that you don't open. So you would have to remember whether you open those doors, I guess.
Yoho's picking up the big chest of GT. He's really picking up the dregs. I hope for his sake that he knows that there's something in Eastern. And I hope that someone knows that Mimic Cave exists. He's really acting like it doesn't exist. And that's a bad sign.
Hmm. If neither runner checks it, does it really exist?
Do we really need Quake? We've already door juked. Can we just do
Oh
a
yeah,
little?
yeah.
We can do a little sewer door deletion as a treat, right? It's
Yeah.
just one little trick. Just for this one race only, we'll allow one major glitch, and it will be sewer door duping, which is actually 5 major glitches in a trench coat.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck doing medallionless mire without using 5 glitches in a row.
Misslotting only. You have to do it through overworld conveyor and hook pushing.
Or illegal out of bounds hook mislotting.
Oh, that sounds like we're just putting stuff in our inventory.
Or putting, just letting Link use cast ether.
Oh,
For
that's
Quake.
cool.
I think that's possible, but I don't know how. Okay, here it is for Yoho.
I think
On the road to Mirror.
I think at the 2-hour mark they should be allowed to use major glitches.
Yeah. Quick add it to the rules.
I think that's true for any mode. I think in casual boots they should be allowed to clip out of bounds at the 2-hour mark. Just because Yoho's in pod doesn't mean he's getting the mirror yet. He has to remember that there's an item on the Eastern boss, or at least suspect that there might be one. The fact that he did Trinex for nothing means that he probably isn't terribly confident with his item counting, so he won't be 100% certain that there's nothing there. Did Yoho check left side swamp? He did not. Quake can't be there. He knows it. Nobody is really supposed to be in swamp right now. We're supposed to have used a mire key to unlock this, but we used a Hera key or an escape key instead.
Right.
And those are out of logic. Someone will have it much easier trying Argus fight with the gold sword.
So, Yoho may have to do some overworld, going back to Sahasrahla, because we know that Helmasaur is not the answer.
The green pendant tournament will be sort of an on the way to Eastern thing because he doesn't have mirror. He can't go there now.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. There you go.
Okay, someone's on the mountain. This could be Quake. No, we don't want. You don't check left side swamp. It's not going to have anything. It's a dead location. They know it. So actually, this is advantage to someone because I think Quake is here. I don't think it's. I can't remember where else it would be. So he'll get there first. Yoho has to get the mirror out of Eastern. He's not in Eastern right now. He's in pod. It's tragic that Yoho knows that the mirror is here,
Yeah.
and this is the only thing that he needed it for.
Right. If you know, it. Part of that tragedy is just the road to the moon pearl, which is, you know, the sequence break. He could have sequence broke. There it is, Quake in Mimic Cave, and someone is in go mode.
Turtle Rock Medallion in Mimic Cave is pretty mean. Even
Yeah.
though we don't care about Turtle Rock.
Right.
You're just so disincentivized from going here. It's like you don't want to get a TR because it's out of logic most of the time. But it didn't matter. Like, this is all just Yoho skipping the mirror and thinking he wouldn't need it, and then, oops, you need it. And someone just forgetting Mimic Cave existed 3 times and skipping an item in Skullwoods. I can't imagine anyone knows they're ahead.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour mark now. You don't know what the heck happened. Like, you're thinking, like, what is the seed? The seed is... It's bad, but it's not 2 hours bad. What happened to my opponent? Why haven't they finished yet? That's what's going through their minds. And then you start thinking about the things I found. Like, okay, what's the thing that would have tripped up my opponent? Yoho probably had no idea that it would be the hook shot. You wouldn't expect that.
There are a lot of combined trips. There it is. We do get to see Bombos. But it wasn't Vanilla Big Key as I predicted.
Someone is thinking about bombs. He doesn't have any, but if he's not confident with all dungeons spooky, he will need one.
Yeah. The theme continues. Our runners not having bombs throughout. No fanfare for Yoho. He takes the mirror and runs with it.
Where's someone going?
I don't know.
There's he doesn't know if there are bombs in pots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, it's interesting. It looks like variety pack for. No, it's a magic pack. Yeah, he's not getting bombs from Wizrobes. He's not getting bombs here either. Actually, there's like no bombs in Mire. It's kind of cruel.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Yoho, this is not where you clip. No, what are you doing? It's 2 hours into the seed. You can lose your mind a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we've all tried the third bump teleport. Wow, he's even trying the, like, maybe it's under this stone. There is a spooky action you can do without the flute. He has the flute, too. Like, I don't know. I think you almost just, like, mirror out and flute to 6 and get spooky. I wonder what makes him think he doesn't have spooky. Because I'm assuming he got here via the flute.
I don't know if he knows it.
So here's Yoho getting Quake. This is closer race than I thought it would be. Do you remember where the big key of Mire was?
Yeah, a compass chest.
Okay, that's not too bad. Someone will flip to 6 and go straight to Mire boss, and Yoho will have to get the key. And that's the difference. That's the race. It feels like someone has been out of bombs ever since Moldorm 2 Mimic, or Moldorm boss attempt.
Right.
And has basically just never gotten them back. Okay. So this will be almost synced up, except Yoho has to open and, wait for that cutscene and then get the big key. Someone did get the GT climb done, so that was... You cleaned that up after getting the hook shot. This is a straight lead for someone. It's not a huge one, but it's definitely a lead. I think this might be the longest seed I've seen since week 1. What do you think?
I have seen no longer seed.
I mean, maybe week 1 didn't have any 2+2s either. It's just been so long, I don't remember. We had some newer players in week 1, and the ones who don't get buys, like they could have gone over 2 maybe, but this is the longest I've seen in a long time. We don't usually go above 2 in HMG.
So Yoho catches up on hearts. I'm not sure when exactly that happened, but both runners have 18. And that should be it for our runners.
That's pretty funny, isn't it? So now we have... Hopefully Yoho gets the firelock chest first. I think there will be about, Yoho dropping into Ganon. Well, someone has silvers. I think Yoho will be like finishing Cold Stare or Vitreous and starting the process of walking to Ganon while someone is finishing.
And Vitreous is down. Someone just needs to head to Ganon. And that is someone325. Are we fluting to 5?
It is faster than walking, even though walking is more fun. Hate to say it. Yeah, they're both saying, why aren't they done yet? Guarantee it. Oh, we don't have Spooky either. What happened?
Not sure, really. Wasn't really tracking the elements for Yoho.
So someone's Ganon fight should be fairly quick. Yeah, you can frame rule the enemy, I think. Or you can just be too high or too low. Yoho would know more about it than I do. Because he runs NMG, he would know why he failed. Why are we not using silvers? Because it's not...
Doesn't speed it up,
yeah.
really.
Maybe the silvers are actually like more error prone. Because you can miss. And get a bunch of lag on screen while doing them. So this might actually be faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty... My estimate of someone is about to finish Ganon while Yoho is running to Ganon. It's looking to be pretty accurate.
Yes, Yoho dashing to Ganon.
Yeah, not faster, but more fun. I don't think this is the path I would take. I like the Mire escape that goes to Swamp. I think might be a little faster. Maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't matter because fleeting to 5 is faster. And that is Ganon complete for someone.
GG to someone. What a race.
Yeah, this is game 1. So Yoho's not out of it yet. Oh, I don't expect the next seed to be a 208.
Oh, good news. We get a Mire Rain background.
Maybe that's why he's doing it.
The lava fall background. Pyramid lava falls.
Love it so much. It looks like a houndstooth pattern.
And Yoho takes down Ganon. GG's to our runners.
Very curious what these collection rates are going to be.
217.
I want to say it's 208 to match the time,
Oh, yeah.
but you have to fluff a lot to actually get a high number like that.
We are joined by our runners. GG's and congrats someone on the win.
Jeez, that was seed.
Yeah.
You guys, I would
What a
explain
race.
what happened, but I think you should just watch it back.
I know what happened to me. I got sent to glitch jail.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I do want to know, like, did you forget about Mimic Cave? Or,
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because you forgot twice, and we were like, okay, we're gonna get to see Mimic Cave, and finally it was your last location. I'm glad that none of you, like, actually completely forgot and had to, like, plug in an auto tracker. Or at least I hope you didn't have to.
Oh,
Yo.
I knew where it was. I just also knew where the mirror was.
Yeah, Yo made. We weren't actually sure if you, like, knew that Eastern had an item. Because there
I
was still
knew
green
Eastern had
pendant.
an item. I didn't know whether Helma still had an item, but I knew the group did.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd you
Right.
get Moon Pearl without the mirror then?
And then the Link State, or dying in the dungeon.
Okay.
Like, I was absolutely hoping. I want to live in a world where the ether in the basement opened Mire, and I just finished without a Moon Pearl. Because that's where I was at in my head.
That was looking really cool, and then it just
Yeah.
was Quake, and that's not as fun.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened was someone you chose not to do the front of Skullwoods. Was that a decision or a mistake?
No, I just forgot to. I forgot that one too.
I'm glad you
Oh.
at least remembered in the end.
My mind was still stuck in Ice Palace.
Now, Ice Palace, I guess that's the elephant in the room. Is I'll let you decide. I'll let you guess who had more Ice Palace dips.
We were tied.
Oh, I don't know.
There was a someone, and do you know why someone had an Ice Palace dip, an extra one?
I forgot how to bomb jump without a sword.
And also,
What?
you did a door juke.
That was by accident.
Yeah, that was. I think we had to watch the VOD back to see that an enemy hit you through the door in a weird way. I've never seen that before in Ice Palace. I've seen it in Swamp and Randomizer, but that was totally unfortunate, and as far as I can see, unpreventable. You just got really unlucky there. So
Yeah.
that was interesting. It's the first time I've seen a door juke in a live race
Yeah, that's never happened before.
by accident. Well, not in no logic.
Yeah. Really crazy. Yeah, that was And for Yoho, that was pretty rough to have that sequence break potential. I've been in your shoes before where you think you can skip the mirror unless it's Mimic Cave, and then it's Mimic Cave.
I probably should have looked up how to do the mirror.
It is cosmically unfair that the one location you actually needed the mirror for had Quake.
Yeah, it was an incredibly unlikely scenario, so I was like, I'm just not going back to it. And then, well,
Yeah, I feel like we both lost, but
yeah, this was a pox upon me. I don't like it.
It
I'm
looked really
unhappy.
stressful.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, it gave us, it left us, in suspense for 2 hours. So we really had no idea what was going to happen. So thanks for racing it.
Became close.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, even the spooky action, like someone not having bombs in Myers Spooky. Oh, I'm assuming you haven't learned the all dungeons version, the backup spooky.
Yeah.
Maybe worth looking that one up. It's not too hard. It's just a little different, but it will get you out of a pinch.
Yeah, there's still a lot I need to learn about this mode too. Like how to swim clip.
True, that can be handy. And any other thoughts on the seed? Yoho
No.
or someone?
Oh, I'm just unhappy.
Well, GG's again.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, GG.
Thanks for the restream. Thanks for the tracking. Thanks for everything. No thanks for the seed.
No, game 2 will be better. Game 2 is tomorrow.
So. I've been on a streak, a downward spiral of where things are in seeds. I haven't just gotten a nice, easy, smooth one for a little bit.
We keep getting these stupid moon pearls. It's like a plague of them.
I love
it.
it.
It was fine for me, except for my almost last location mirror, but...
If only Meyer was Ether. Would have been a great scene.
All right. So fun to have you on commentary, Malmo, and commentate this race. So thank you both for racing it. And yeah, thanks for watching. You want to take us out of here, Malmo?
Sure. Yeah, join us tomorrow. I'm not sure if it'll get a restream yet, but there are 2 matches tomorrow. One at 3 and one at 4 Eastern. MM2NES cartridge versus Dude in Game 2. This is Not Yoho versus Someone Game 2. And that is it. I expect to see a few more pop up here and there, but we are getting into the later stages, so don't miss out. There are not very many of these left.